Tuesday, and July 9th, and we're happy to be alive this morning. So yesterday, anybody remember what we talked about? Self-care, okay, and how important self-care is. If you don't take care of yourself, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, then you can't really help people, all right? And so today I want to talk about rekindle the passion for life. Rekindle the passion for life, all right? And unfortunately, in the body of Christ, especially those of us who word of faith, Pentecostal, who try to believe the real Bible, because there's so many different versions of the Bible out there, to talk about rekindle the fire for life can sound a little bit strange. Because if you're like me, I grew up where the idea of enjoying life, it's like, what? You're supposed to be going to heaven. And it is as if you should never pay attention to the stuff on the earth. You should never talk about enjoying life. Those two words didn't go together. Joy and life. To enjoy life here. I thought that Christianity was so boring at one time. And I wasn't talking about you want to go out there and do all the worldly stuff. No, I'm talking about it just didn't sit right, with me. So it is important, if you look at the word rekindle, what does that mean? To rekindle, what does that mean? Fire up, restart, reignite, and then the passion for life. So I want to encourage you all to rekindle your passion for life. Remember, life is a precious gift from God, and we are called to live it in its fullest. Life is a precious gift from God. God would have not placed you on the earth if he did not want you to enjoy his creation. There are millions of potential people who never made it on the earth. Did you catch that? Millions. Not even millions, trillions of people who never entered the womb of their mom and never made it. You have a purpose. There was a reason why you were sent here. And when you grasp that, you would then have this passion to discover, okay, for the amount of years that I'm going to be here, why am I here? Right? And so you have to see it's a gift every day. I got up this morning and like I always do, man, it's like my attitude, and I've been doing this now, God, for a long time, 20 plus years or more. When I tell you I appreciate life, if you ask me, Bishop, you have problems? Yes, but I don't. Sounds confusing, right? I have problems, but I don't. You know why? I don't focus on my problems. Right. Like this morning, I got up, I was like, I'm alive. I am alive. And here's the icing in the cake. I'm healthy. I mean, when you start counting your blessings, I'm healthy. I don't stress over nothing. I really don't want anything. I desire some more stuff, but I'm comfortable. The only tablet I put in my mouth this morning is my vitamin tablet. I don't take medication. I'm not seeing a therapist. Nothing. If you please don't cancel your therapist appointment now after this. I'm warning you. Don't do that. I'm just saying I am okay. And I woke up. I'm alive. It's a gift. Then I have the awesome opportunity to come to a place like this. You know, some people see this as stressful. I don't know. Maybe you see this job as stressful, and maybe you're not really comfortable here. You know, bless you. You keep stressing yourself over this, and you think, if you don't know if you're called here, and if you're uncomfortable here, don't stay where you're not comfortable. Trust me, I'm not trying to throw words in you to get you out of here. But I'm telling you, coming here, oh, it's like God. Here's the icing on the cake too. I get to lead this. What? I get to run this. That he trusted me, that I had the gift. What? To run this. Man, this is life. What? To be up here, to be called the leader, the bishop, to do all of this, to empower people. You have no idea. I'm living my best life now. Are there problems around? Absolutely. Now you can count them for me. Tell me the total. Tell me the total later. But I don't worry. I don't see that. What I see is a significant opportunity to maximize my life, to make the best of it. And believe me when I tell you, when you get a certain age, you don't worry about anything no more. Listen, and sometimes, you may be thinking I'm talking like an old man and whatever. I've always been like this my entire life. I've always acted more than my age and so forth. God has given me an incredible amount of wisdom. But at my age, I realize I don't have a lot of time. When you're 60, let's say 90 is a good age. I want to live to 100, fine. But I only have 30 more years. 30 more good years. Out of those 30, 20 is almost guaranteed in a sense. 20. We moved here 22 years now. It went so fast. So you think I'm going to stay here for the next 30 years and stress? When I die, I'm not coming back. I can't come back to fix nothing. I can't come back to enjoy life and travel and eat all the food I would like to eat and meet all the friends I want to meet and relax and don't stress myself. I don't have time to do it again. So you know what? I'm not going to stress myself no more. I'm living my life. What about you? What are you putting in your life that is stressing you, that you're holding on to, that you don't want to let go of? When life is a gift, and anything that's going to cause stress or interfere with my happiness, right? Let it go. Let it go. I bought a car 3 years ago. It's a Jaguar. Most of you seen it. 2-seater. And I've always, said, as I get older, I'm changing my lifestyle, right? My kids are grown. I don't need them in the back seat no more. So I went out there and I bought me a car. And, my wife had an issue with it. She was like, why are you buying this car? And it's midlife crisis. And, she let me have it. And I let her talk. But I bought it. And I bought the car and love it. Love it. 2-seater. Love it. And just love the car. Great. Pastor Brian and I was going down to Miami to do a funeral. And I'm driving, and a truck came out. Remember, high F-150 truck, big wheels, just came out, hit me on the side, and I mean, move the car, because it's my little car. And it was a spiral of problems, because the way the car's built, they had to take the entire side of the car off to go in just to put a little dent out. It's crazy. Long story short, insurance paid it. What they did, the headlight, the front of the headlight where it got hit, they replaced it. It was expensive. The insurance took care of it. But from that day, problems in my car. Problems in my car. Now, I love it. And nobody would know. I'm driving it. Nobody would know. But I just, what is going? Taking the shot. Da 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 da. Then because it got hit where where the wheel, the back wheel is, didn't know, it messed up the brakes pad and everything. I took it in. Finally, when they assessed it, $4,800. It's out of warranty because I got up to 50,000 miles, and in 3 years, I drove over 50,000 miles. And I'm sitting and, what am I going to do? And one day I just said to myself, you know the car's going to get old. Why are you holding on to something that will cost you in the end? And that was it for me. I told my son, follow me. And I took that Joker to CarMax. And I said, how much you gonna give me for this? This was my baby.
You're supposed to give it to me.
Would you take your husband, please? I sold my dream car. I had to. Why? Anything that's going to upset my peace, I will let it go. Here's the moral of the story. What are you allowing to interrupt your peace? That is costing you. Sometimes we hold on to things too long, not knowing sometimes God is saying, hey, let it go. It was hard for me to let that car go. Love it. Everywhere I go, trust me, everywhere I go, people following me, watching me. I like your car, nice car. I pull up to a restaurant. I pull up to the car wash. That's a nice car, man. Oh, I like that, man. I'm telling you, when I go to the car wash and people sitting there waiting for their car, when my car pull out, everybody turn and look at it. And boy, I'm like George Jefferson just walking up to my car. That's me. I let it go. Because I have a passion for life. Here, I can get another car. Life will hit you like that truck. Will hit you. And sometimes people won't see the damage. Because the damage on that car, you have to look good to see it. But the damage was so severe, though it did not show externally, it was deep on the inside of the car, and they had to operate on the whole side of the car. What part of your life has gone through an operation? A dent. That people don't see, staff don't see, but you're holding on to it so much, and it's costing you money. It's costing you sleepless nights. It's costing you tension in the family. It's costing. Let it go. Because you're running out of time. You're running out of time. God called you to live a life to its fullest. So as it states in John 10:10, you know it. He says, I came that you might have life and have it to the full. Jesus came that you might have life and have it to the full. So let's strive to embrace each day with joy and gratitude, finding happiness in our work and in our interactions with others. Find happiness in your work, right? You don't ever want to be at a job like millions of Americans going to a place they hate. Because, watch this, they would rather hold on to a dent or a hidden brokenness just to show the world they have something good. My car. I could have kept driving the car, and you all never knew that. Some of you probably didn't know my car was in an accident. Probably never knew I was having problems with it. I was willing. I love it. I like it. Really, but it was the best thing I did. Walked away with a good check. In fact, because the car was in an accident, I lost money. I lost money because it got hit. Because it was, when you pull up the VIN number, it tells you how many times it was that. I lost money over that. You know, sometimes you have to count your losses. And you got to move on, right? Jesus said, "I come that you might have life." Come find happiness every day you come to the job. I'm happy to be here. You know, God, thank you. In this season of my life, I'm happy to be here. Because believe it or not, you're not always going to be here. I'm not saying this that I'm running you out of the job. I'm just simply saying you're going to get old. You're going to. You have to retire one day. And after retirement, we're all heading to the same destination. We're all admitted in the same hospital, and sooner or later, hospice gonna come get us, and it gonna take us to the graveyard. Metaphor. Oh yeah. If we're not here for the rapture, we go into the graveyard.
I think we stress
No, but here's the fun. You guys are young. See, all you young people, you're young. You're young. This is good. I wish 30, 40 years ago, I got this kind of teaching. You're young. So you've got more years to make good out of your life. And don't be scared of death. I was like that one time. You can't, because you know what? Whether you're scared of it, you don't want to talk about it, it's uncomfortable, it's going to happen. It's like, I don't want Wednesday to come. Wednesday going to, if you live the next few hours, you're going to see Wednesday. And if you keep on living, you cannot escape death. So you have to then ask yourself before you die, what do you want to do with your life? You know, I know without a doubt, I promise you, my day is going to come. I don't know when, but I promise you, when I die, I know on the other side, I am going to look back and say, man, I didn't get everything right, but I got a whole lot of stuff right. And I lived my life. That's the key. I lived my life, right? So never allow life circumstances to steal your joy or diminish your enthusiasm. Let me say it again. Never allow life circumstances to steal your joy or diminish your enthusiasm, right? Whatever you're going through, don't let it steal your joy. Will you have down moments? Absolutely. But watch your mouth. Watch your attitude. Watch how you're talking. Watch how you're too negative. Watch how you're always identifying problems. No. Resolve the issue. Deal with it. What you cannot change, God, I give it to you. What you can change, you change. I could have held on to the car and stressed myself out, but I can't. With the weight that is on me, I can't stress myself. I'll go crazy. And sometimes that's the struggle for us. We know where the problem is, but we don't want to let it go. Think about that. We know, but we don't want to let it go. Here's what Philippians 4:3 reminds us. It says, I can do, Philippians 4:13, I should say. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That means we can do everything. Nothing is impossible. But who is going to give us the strength to perform it? Jesus Christ. So you can do it. You can get through every situation you're dealing with because he strengthens you. You can manage your finances and get out of debt. I don't care how bad it is because he strengthens you. Just make adjustments. That's all you got to do. Make whatever adjustments you need to make, right? You can get yourself to wellness by, okay, I'm going to do what I need to do. Whatever the doctors tell you to do, you do. You do your research and you study and you follow things, right? You can't, and I know it's a struggle to be healthy, right? But you have to do your part, right? You have to never allow the circumstances of life to diminish your enthusiasm. You have so much to accomplish because you can do all things. You can do it. I love sugar. Man, I used to love it. Sweets. I'm telling you, love it, man. Sugar. I put so much sugar in my tea and coffee when I used to drink coffee and dessert. Oh, God, man. Loved it. But I kept going to my doctor and she said, you're borderline diabetic. You're not diabetic, but you're at the... And then she started asking me, any diabetic in your family? I said, my whole side of my mama's side. Like everybody got it. And she said, well, you got to stop it. You got to cut that out because you're there. And she said, there are people who live for the rest of their lives borderline diabetic and never become diabetic. But it's in your eating. Watch this. I'm going somewhere with this. It's in your eating. Watch what you eat. And then I had to make the decision. Do I want to have insulin? All that kind of stuff. Because I seen my mom going through it. And I said, you know what? And I had to listen. And this has been years now. Years. And there's no sugar in our house. We don't buy sugar. For years. We don't buy... Our boys never grew up with drinking juice. If you put juice in the house, they'll never drink it. Water, we go through cases of water. They drink water so much. So I've adopted now. We don't buy any juice. We don't buy any sugar. Salt, my wife 1 and 2 times to use it. I don't use it. I'll have a cup of tea right now. I don't drink coffee anymore unless it's Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. I'll sin with that one. But I don't put any sugar in my tea. I don't have the taste for sugar anymore. I don't. When I go out to eat, yeah, every now and then I'll have dessert and so forth. I cut all of that out. Healthy. I can do it. I didn't think I could do it, right? And I stopped. Man, I juice stuff now. You can change your diet. But it's a struggle. Come on now. It's the struggle. It's really the struggle for a lot of us. And you can reverse some of the illnesses. A woman, thank you, Lord, for reminding me. A woman in the lobby Sunday was telling me how, same thing. She was one outstanding member here for a long time, and how she used to take insulin for so many years. And she said last year, the year before, not this January before, we did the fast. And she said she went in a fast and asked God. She just don't want to do it anymore. And she told her doctor, I'm going to be healed. And apparently what her doctor told her, it's a very small percentage of people come off insulin. So you have to live with it for the rest of your life. She prayed and she prayed, being in the fast, change her diet. And she said, Bishop, I listened to your teaching. And today, she said, 2 weeks ago, she went to the doctor, and the doctor took her off. You don't need it anymore. So I'm telling you, this stuff works. You can do whatever you want. Get out of debt. You can get out of debt. Because you're a target. I'm going to tell you why you're a target to the enemy. You work for the kingdom of God. You're empowering people. You are transforming lives. You're helping building God's kingdom. So the enemy is going to say, you know what? All right. I'm going to attack her in her health, in his health. I'm going to attack the money. I'm going to attack the relationship. I'm going to attack your children. I'm going to attack your family. That you're attached to your family. So he's going to go after you. But you have to tell yourself, I can do this, man. I can be the best person that God has called me to be. As I close this, I want to remind you, we only get one chance at doing life. So let's live it well. As Colossians 3:23 advises us, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. Woo. Give it your best shot. Those of you who are below 40 in this room, give life your best shot. Give it your best. So what if you fumble along the way? So what if you make a mistake? I would hate to know that you could have done better if you had just tried. But when you get to 60 like me, looking back, you're like, man, I should. 22 years ago, you saw the video Sunday. 22 years ago, what if I did not follow God's instruction that Sunday and drove all the way down here and turned on 95th, and when God said to me, this is home. This is where I want you to move the church. What if I had said, which I said it, but what if I acted upon what I was feeling? I can't do this. It's impossible. I can't. I can't do this. This is too much. We can't afford it. Bigger than us. What if I'd said that? What if I just gone back to 16th Street and keep worshiping there and just put a cap on myself? I can't do this. We wouldn't be here today. Some of you would not be working here today. Some decisions we're making today will also block other people's blessings in the future. What if I didn't? What if I didn't take a risk to the point of jeopardizing myself legally? Because we signed a contract to buy this building and didn't have no money. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. I always tell people, don't do it unless God tells you to do it. But I signed a contract, didn't have no money. What if I did $7.7 million back then? That's a lot of money. Couldn't afford it. Each acre was like $325,000 per acre the property was going for. I can't do this. What if I said I could? 22 years later, we're getting offers $2.1 million an acre. Not even the building. I wonder, what are you going to sabotage today because you're afraid to step out in faith, that in the future God's going to use it to bless you? Homes, I've been telling people a long time, go get your house. If you can pay rent, you can just turn around and pay your mortgage with that. And here's what happens. A lot of people are listening to me. How many of you are homeowners in here? Raise your hand. You own your home. All right. Can you imagine now, thank you. Can you imagine now if you had to buy your house now? Can you imagine? If you had to buy your house now, at this interest rate, to pay that mortgage, see? It is saying a lot of people are now leaving Florida because they just cannot afford it. If a college student comes out of college and earning $150,000, back in my day, that's a lot of money. They can't even afford a $300,000 mortgage now. Where in Florida you going to get house condo for $300,000? Not in South Florida, right? But remember, you've been around 10 years ago. It's not that you just came on the planet. Why didn't we take opportunity of what was before us? It's not that we weren't told. We were told. This church could not afford this building right now if we had to buy it. I'm going to tell you straight up. Anything is possible with God, but we couldn't afford to buy this. Now, it's one thing to say, everything is possible with God, but you still got to look at the pay stub. You know, unless God do a miracle in your life, right? So I am telling you, maximize the moment. But at the end of the day, have a passion for life. Rekindle a passion for life. Love yourself. Tell yourself you're running out of time. She's going to take care of you, your peace. Your peace. Take care of your peace. And then what you do, live your life, man. Buy what you need to buy if you can afford it now. Right? Buy what you need to buy. Don't be like our parents. How our parents were. They work hard, but they never lived life. Never lived life. Right? It is insane for you to fix up your house and buy all the fancy furniture and put all kinds of stuff, and you become your own HGTV decorator at your house. And nobody's visiting you. You're just decorating and spending all your money fixing up your house, and nobody's sitting on the furniture. Everything, and it's sad, you're going to die, and somebody else is going to enjoy it. Something's wrong with that. I remember our living room, that my parents' plastic. And you better not go in there. They'll kill you. That is madness. That is crazy. I mean, looking back now, that is madness. Nobody could go in there. Right? You have bed linens, and you have, china set, all these stuff you have in your house. Some of you have hidden stuff in your house. Stuff that you put away. One day 5 years later, you haven't touched it. My grandma, my father's mother, when she died, they went and found all kinds of stuff in barrels that people gave her gifts. Woman never used it. Crazy. Use your stuff. Now you can buy clothes. Some of you, maybe it's going to hit home hard. Go in your closet. And I know you got stuff, that maybe you're thinking of. Now, if you're thinking of an event, I'm going to wear this dress, wear this suit at this event. I understand that. But if you've got a lot of stuff in your closet with tags, for years that you better go wear them stuff, because I'm telling you, we're going to put it on you in that casket. That's where it's going to go. No, you laugh. I'm dead serious. They're going to bury you with that. Stop those things that are unhealthy for us. Use up what you have in life, because tomorrow is never promised. Go take that vacation. Right? Go treat yourself. Right? In my life, I budget stuff. Okay, I know I take care of my bills, but I put aside some money where I love to eat out. I pretty much can tell you every restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, love to eat out. So I put it, because I can afford it, If you can't, I get that. but this is where I go. I love the ambiance of a restaurant and outside by the beach. I love that because it does something to me, right? So I live that because I want to do that. I don't want, man, to just be working, and can't live life. So reconsider this. Rekindle the passion for life. What have you been dreaming to do for a long time? Go do it, right? You got $100,000 saved up. You got your house. Thank God you got your house, everything like that. And oh man, I got this money saved up and whatever, and your back is hurting you and everything. God, take $100. Go get a massage. Your family will get the rest. But don't save up so much money. I'm not telling you, use the money, go get a massage, and your rent needs to be paid. But don't do things and punish your body. All in the name of, you got a goal. Be wise. And why am I telling you all of this? I don't want my staff working for me stressed. It's not healthy. Right? None of you, as long as you've been working here, now one of you can say, man, Bishop looks stressed. Has anybody ever seen me stressed? There's nothing to brag about. Not that I don't think about things. But when I get up every day, please. My attitude is, you give me the strength to do this, God. And what I can't do today, I put it for tomorrow. What I can't do for tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, I put it for the next day. I don't stress myself. I'm not worried about the future of this church. It's in good hands. I always tell my board, I said, the future of this church is in good hands. I know I'm the brand and the messenger of the church now. I get it. But I promise you, I'm not worried about the next 20 years of this church, 30 years of this church. You know why? That's their problem. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. What I didn't get to do, that's the next generation. That's your problem. I don't worry about, I am not worried because it's not my church. When I die, I cannot take this, though I'm founder, I can't take this with me. So I don't worry about this church. I let the other future members and current members worry about that. Because I promise you, I'm telling you, when I die, I'll be laughing at all of you. No, I'm telling you, I'll be laughing at all of you. I promise you. Remember this, as we're getting older, 30 years from now, I promise you, whenever I die and you come and look at me in that coffin, you're going to see a little smirk on my face. Remember that. I'm dead serious. You're going to see a smirk. And you're going to say, he told me, because I'm laughing at all of you, because I'm saying, I fought a good fight. I've kept the faith. I finished my course. I lived a good life. Now it's all on me. That's it.